The ICS Patreon, land untouched by me because I'm broke. Because of this, I didn't look at it, but as I reviewed Way Back Home Part 7, as you do, I saw a comment mentioning that the horns we see on Nia are actually based on a Patreon image, which, yeah, I guess I can see it. But looking at those blurry pictures, I noticed that some of them are previous videos later made public, each one with its own title, and I thought, hey, maybe I can reap some lore from this. Of course, for fairness' sake, I don't want to analyze all of them just to find some secret for free, so I'll only analyze the ones I can tell from the videos we already got. Unfortunately for this, some images share the title of a video and won't give us anything new, and others have titles that don't give us much to work with. And while there are some free images, they don't do much for the lore. Except this one. This one is vital to the lore. Yep. So our first image is this one from Suffocation. This title, I'm Here, may seem unimportant alone, but it follows a pattern that we are familiar with. This parallels He's Here, connecting these two videos. And who made this connection before? We do something similar to the choker in the sense of something that obstructs Vic's airflow when it's covered in spikes in the wires of suffocation. Of course, there would have to be something new for me to connect with this revelation. Looking again at suffocation, there's something interesting about the clothes Nia's wearing. It's different. At first watch, it looks like the robe she usually wears, but upon closer inspection, it lacks the cowl, and looks like an inverted version of the straitjacket from Angel. This seems to imply that my theory was right and that Hood took Nia out of the mental hospital into servitude, possibly represented by that choker, which is why her nightmares about suffocation reflect that exact incident. The next image is the thumbnail to Punishment 2, titled Anyone Here? This is specifically the frame used when Nia looks directly at the screen of her unidentified POV character. Could be another one of the parallels of the videos we see directly from the perspective of our POV character. The character watches Nia and then sees something horrific. Though on second watch of these videos, you notice that in the end, the POV sees more details. And walk with me, when Nia turns back, she's not truly monstrous. She's hollow, far more detailed, and crying. Even though on people, Nia looks unnerving, when the POV character blinks, we see her like she was in Walk With Me. And as many have pointed out, she resembles the painting commonly associated with Tony's Hell. Yukio Tatsushima's I Can No Longer Be Bride. A painting that was made after Tatsushima was a victim of sexual assault. At the end of People, the door opens. The character is given an invitation to investigate further. In Punishment 2, the moment the POV character is noticed, they see more. They understand more. They have to zoom out to get the bigger picture. This person wasn't pushing me away. They were trying to help, to understand, after all. Next are three frames from Way Back Home videos, parts 4, 6, and 7 respectively. The first one, from part 4, is a frame from Neo walking before the flashback. It is titled, I'm Coming For You. This one is pretty open shut. Neo's journey home is to get to someone, though it is still a mystery who. Second is from part 6, as Neo looks down the alleyway. This one is titled, I'm Afraid of Moving On. Could be open and shut about Nia's reluctance to go down the alleyway, or it could be part of her motivation. She's afraid of moving on from what caused all this, afraid that she'll lose something she won't be able to get back if she doesn't keep going, or afraid that she'll lose it all again. The third and final one is from part 7, when Nia enters P2. It is titled, They Are Watching. Now, this doesn't tell us anything beyond the fact that someone's still in there. Just who is anyone's guess. The they from their coming, the people from Muta. There's no telling. Perhaps horror and terror, the two figures mentioned in the Morse code, since their faces are in the wall. Perhaps the bodies to the sides belong to these figures. Or there's something much more interesting in this part of the video. There's some sort of slowed audio. Sounds like a song which I can't make out. Perhaps the 3.4 viewers could help with this. With that being said, that was all I could reap. So I will leave it at that. Will we find out more? Will I stop being broke? We'll have to wait and see.